and welcome again to Rigiverse Educational Hub, your one-stop destination for comprehensive learning and valuable DIY tutorials. If you are new in this channel, you are welcome, and to our old subscribers, we thank you for coming back to watch it. We love you all, and we want to encourage you to please turn on the notification button so you get notified whenever we post a new video. Alright, today we're gonna look at key terms to note before registering a business. There are certain terms to note before registering a company, and it's very crucial you know that you don't have to get confused when you're registering a business. So the key terms to note before registering a company, you have to note these terms before registering a company. Now, before registering your company, it is crucial to familiarize yourself with these key terms and seek professional advice to ensure compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. So before you register your company, you must familiarize yourself with these things, and you must also seek professional advice. You must come for consultancy to ensure compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. So number one we have here is the business structure. Now, when we're talking about business structure, you have to determine the legal structure of your company. We have the sole proprietorship, that's the one-man owned business. We have the partnership, where you can partner with one or two persons or more than two persons. That is what we call partnership, and you all share the profits either equally or the amount of the percentage the person invests in the company. We have the limited liability company, and we have the corporation. So limited liability is also known as corporation, that's a corporate body. Each structure have different implications for liabilities, for taxes, and management. For limited liability company, you are required to pay an annual tax return, of which I'll be speaking about in some other videos. You are required to pay certain amount of tax. You know, when you register your business, it gives you access to a corporate account, and that corporate account, you have to be paying tax on any amount you get at the end of the year. So you have to get also number two, a business name. Select a unique and appropriate name for your company that reflects your brand identity and it's not in use by another business. I spoke about before reserving a business name on our channel before, so if you haven't watched that one, how to reserve a business name, please go and check it out. And another one we talked about was how to know if your name has been taken by another person or if your name is still available. You have to note it when you select a unique and appropriate name for your company that reflects your brand identity. You also have to make sure that it is not in use by another business. You have to ensure that the name complies with naming regulations and can be registered as a domain. So the next item is number 3, registered office address. Now, this is the official address of your company where legal documents will be served. So it must be a physical location, of course, yes, within the jurisdiction where your company is registered. Now, I do have questions sometimes that my business have not started and I don't really have a permanent site. Can I use the place where I stay temporarily? Yes, you can use it. You can put it as that your business address for the meanwhile, then later change it on CAC when you get a permanent address. Number 4, articles of incorporation or association. Now, when we're talking about articles of incorporation and association, these are legal documents filed with the relevant government authority to formally establish your company. They typically include the details about the company name, the purpose, the structure, and initial directors or shareholders. So the articles of incorporation of your company, it includes certain details which you must have in order to formally establish your company. Now, if you don't have that, please try and get all these things done before you think of registering your company. Number 5 is the share capital. Please, this is very, very crucial, and some persons don't even understand what a share capital is all about. Well, this video is not for that purpose, but I will create a video concerning what a share capital entails. But for this share capital, you have to determine the amount of share capital the company will have. Is it a 1 million share capital? Is it a 10 million share capital? Is it a 100 million share capital? You have to determine it. And now, what is share capital? Share capital represents the funds contributed by each shareholder to the company in exchange for ownership. So now, if I want to talk about share capital, share itself means the amount of rights you own in a company, and is usually calculated in monetary terms. Like, if a company is said to worth 1 million shares and you have 300 shares out of that 1 million share, automatically you own 30% of that company. Some persons do questions a lot of time and say, I don't have up to $1 million to start my company. You don't really have to have $1 million for you to start that company, to register it as a 1 million share. It just determines the amount of right. And why 1 million share capital is the least share capital I advise anyone to go for, because it's easy to round up to 100%. So if you have 300 shares out of 1 million share, automatically you own 30% of that company. And when there's a profit, you get 30% of that profit, and if there is a loss, you get 30% of that loss. Please, if you have further questions, you can drop it in the comment section. Number 6 is directors. Identify the individuals who will serve as the director of a company. Directors are responsible for overseeing the company operation and making strategic decisions on behalf of shareholders. Now, another question came up. I want to put my son in charge of my company, but he's underage. How am I going to achieve that purpose? I want my daughter to be part of the directors of this company, and it's not up to 18 years old. You can actually have an adult, then its name follows. But having a minor would be accepted by CAC. Number 7 is shareholders. Determine who will be the initial shareholder of the company. Shareholders are the owner of the company and have the right to vote on important matters and receive dividends. So you have to note who can become a shareholder of a company. Somebody that is mentally disabled cannot be a shareholder of your company. So they are the ones that own the company and they have the right to vote on important matters and receive dividends. Now, number 8 is company secretary. It is not necessary to have a company secretary, but it's mandatory. So appoint a company secretary who will handle administrative tasks, maintain company records, and ensure compliance with legal requirements. So in some jurisdictions, appointing a company secretary is mandatory. Then we have memorandum and articles of association that describe the company objective, the company powers, and procedures for decision making. So when we talk about memorandum and articles of association, they are constitutional documents that outline the internal rules and regulation governing the company's operation. So we have the rules and regulation governing company operation. Then what we have, taxation. You have to understand the tax obligation of your company at the national, at the state, the provincial, and local levels. This includes corporate income tax, sales tax, payroll tax, and other applicable tax. I hope you have learned a lot from this video. If you have any question in the comment section, I will be looking at to answer your question. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying to the end. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. We love you. Share this video with people who need this. Bye.